What is up, everyone? Welcome back to Base Damage. Hope you are all doing well today. We're going to be taking a look at Frieren. We're going to be getting this at the end of the week. This set kind of snuck up on me with going to regionals and everything. So it's just me solo today, no one else joining along. But we are going to be going over the booster set and the trial deck. The trial deck is on a separate sheet, kind of like how you see before here, so I'll do that at the end. But for anyone who has never joined along on one of the first impressions videos, I always try to highlight at least the double rares in every single color, and then basically still going to go through every single card, and then try to point out what I think is cool, or any neat effects or stuff that's fun. I know that Frieren is a very highly anticipated set. Sorry, right as I'm trying to say this, I got distracted because it says THSI instead of this. Sorry, there's a little typos. I was like, my ADHD's kicking in here. I have not finished watching Frieren. I saw probably the first 5 episodes or so before I just got sidetracked and ended up not finishing watching the show just yet, or at least the first season that is out. I think we're supposed to get another one. I don't know. But from the couple episodes that I watched, I greatly enjoyed it, but that was also several months ago, so I don't remember every single thing that happened. I remember Himmel here, obviously you remember Frieren, but I don't remember every single detail of what happened, and if there's anything in here that I don't understand a reference to, please forgive me. It's because I haven't finished watching the show yet. But let's get right into this. We are going to be going over, this set has 111 cards in the set itself. It's probably an odd number because of promos and stuff. But we are also going to have the trial deck, which should be about 25-ish, 26-ish new cards. And let's go ahead and get this started. We have the 002K Himmel. When this is placed on stage from hand, if you have another adventure or magic character, so the traits are going to be adventure or magic, very similar to Konosuba, unless there's some other weird stuff. This gets 1500 power and the following ability. So he gets that. When this attacks, look at the top card of your deck, put it on top or bottom of your deck. So you don't get to recur that multiple turns or anything. Well, okay, but you do have a very interesting effect here, very interesting little second effect. When your other adventure or magic character is frontal attacked, you can pay 1 and sack this character. If you do, return the character that got frontal attacked to hand. So being able to do a little bit of filtering, and as well as being able to save someone who's getting attacked is always pretty cool. And obviously the SSP looks fantastic. Him will be looking good on this one. The overframe, right, which I will try to highlight all the SPs and the very shiny cards of each color as we complete each color here. So we have 3/2/85 Frieren and Himmel. It has a early play. If you have 4 or more adventure or magic, this gets -1 level in hand. Always really good, easy early play conditions, which I see it's a heal 1 on play. So early play healers and double rare, good luck on people trying to get this. During your turn, if you have another adventure or magic character, this gets 2k power and the following ability. On attack, pay 3, pitch 2, burn 4. Huh. Interesting. Very interesting there. You don't, the early play healers, you don't typically see something big like this. Interesting. Okay. Already liking it so far. And the secret rare of that looks really nice. They're not really they are for this SP for Himmel. It's an alternate artwork for this one, and the secret rare, it's the same artwork, just like overframe. But for this one, it is a different artwork. I like it when they do different artworks. I can understand just doing a overframe thing, because it's not at least from what I can tell, it doesn't look like it's zoomed out. So, points to Bushi on that for at least having some that are going to have alternate artworks or something. So I like that. We have another level 3, 3/2/95 Himmel. When this is placed on stage from hand, if you have another adventure or magic character, heal 1, then you can pay 1. If you do, summon a particular 3/2 Frieren, which is number 9, so I'll try to highlight that when we're going through. Place it on stage in any slot. Okay. Then it has a climax combo. When this attacks, if you have the choice trigger in your climax area, you have 5 or less in hand. Apparently this matters now. and you have 2 or more other adventure or magic characters. Send the bottom 3 cards of your opponent's deck to the waiting room. Burn 2 equal to the number of climaxes. Oh, burn 2 X times. X is equal to the number of the climaxes. Interesting. Okay, so it's only 3, so it's still a good chance if you're able to burn at least 2. If you hit multiples, you are eating good, because that's free. Ren. I realize there's no cost to this. You just have to have 5 or less in hand, and 2 or more other adventure magic characters. I really like that. Like, you can do some shenanigans with this. Granted, I'm curious as to what the 3/2 Frieren does now. So we will definitely highlight this one. Remember this one, Cade, for when we get to number 9. So that is it for the double rares. I'm just going to kind of skim through from here on, see what we got. This Himmel is interesting. It has a pay 1, rest 2, mill 3. And then you mill 3, but then you salvage back. Okay, cool. Very nice, very nice. We got a drop searcher. We got a drop searcher free ring. We have a glitch in the matrix on Weiss Tea Time from me accidentally going up too far with my cursor. When this is sent from stage waiting room, choose a card in your hand. You may send it to stop. Interesting. Usually that's like on play, not on death. Frieren. We got no, I was about to say climax swapper. I spoke too soon. Event grabber. On play, pay 1, pitch a climax to salvage an event. I wonder if events are going to be interesting for this one. Okay, well, see, like this one, on play, choose a card in hand, send it to stock. So, on death, send to stock. On play, send a card to stock. Interesting. But I wonder if this means events are going to be major. Which I guess they could do, like, magic spells through the events, like they kind of did with Konosuba as well. Interesting. Okay. Oh, we already have a very interesting... see, okay, also, this was the SRs. They were just... Okay, so we do have some SR alternate artwork, like this one, just looking cute. But this one with Hater, don't be a hater, it is an alternate artwork for the SP. That looks really nice. And for Asen as well. Sorry, I know my head's covering that. Oh, even for that Frieren is alternate artwork. Very nice, very nice. The Hater is the anti-change. Pay 1, pitch 1. Choose a character whose level is higher than your opponent's level. Send it to stock. So stock anti-change. Very nice. Let's see. Asen does some negative soul shenanigans. Oh, okay. He gets big in general. So he's like a 10-5 and then becomes like a 12-5 with negative soul. Okay. Interesting. Okay. This is the level... This is the number 9. This is the level 3 free room. And it's a... All of your other adventure or magic get 1500. Placed on stage from hand. Does the other one summon from deck or hand? Hold up. Did I misread that? In your hand. I probably said from deck when I was looking at that before. So you do... But you pay it. You summon it for a reduced cost. That's fair. But the effect is... You have another adventure. Look at up to 2 cards from the bottom of your opponent's deck. Choose up to 2 cards amongst them, put them on the bottom of your opponent's deck in any order, and send the rest to waiting room. That's really cool, being able to do that, and that's for free, Ren. I need to stop that. I need to stop making that joke. Because this is just a free effect on play, you can basically just mill like the 2. It's kind of like the Mocha, but for the bottom of the deck. Okay. Interesting. Okay. I liking it so far. Frieren, keep impressing me. Let's see. Asen is a free runner, and he gets big. He becomes a 3K level 1. See, this is cool. I like seeing this come up more often. Being able to do effects that, like, pay 1, pitch 2 to search for 2 of whatever trait you need. That's pretty cool. A clean cut Himmel. Okay. We got a Frieren combo. What the fuck? Oh, we already see some shenanigans here. It's all 1,000. This looks like... Okay, one, it does say, note, this has a soul trigger. So we're probably going to see... I know... I think it was Clock Tower posted a 8 pants build. I don't remember if they posted anything to do with choice. If you have the choice trigger, and you 2 or more other adventure magic, all of your other 3 different characters in any area gain choice trigger. So, that's the level 3 we saw at the beginning that was the double rare, is this one. The Hater we saw before, 11? So this hater and this ASIN right here, because it said number 15, they gain choice trigger. That's just insane. It's a specific choice that you have to have in play. That's a lot of choice triggers. Wonder how much like twin drive is going to be in here. And then it has look at top card of your deck, put on the top of your deck, or send to the waiting room. So you could check to see if it's, you know, a choice trigger or one of these cards, and then be able to maybe mill it if it's not. So you could put multiples of these. Ooh, that's an interesting question. If you have 2 of these, do all of these cards that gain choice trigger gain it twice for the climax combo? Not saying that would be like the best thing ever, but I'm curious if that works that way. I think it would. But anyway, please, for anyone listening, feel free to comment down below in regards to the number 13 1-0 Frieren. If this stacks, if you have like 2 of these back row, do please let me know if that works that way. I would be greatly appreciative. And as well as if anyone else is curious, hey, look down in the comments. It might already be answered by the time you're listening to this. So that is really cool. If that stacks, that would be very interesting. Just wanted to highlight that for a second here. Let's see. Himmel on play, pitch a character, draw 1. I'm just saying a character instead of having to say adventure or magic repeatedly. Oh, okay, we get an Escanor type effect here. When this gets reversed, if the battle opponent is a certain level or lower, you can reverse that character. Granted, the Escanor is like a stock bomb, but it's equal to the number of the 3/2 Himmel in your waiting room. Okay. Alrighty, so ASIN, this is one of the ones that can get the choice trigger. 1-0, 25, evolve your characters, this gets 3k. Becomes a vanilla stats. When this attacks, pitch 1, look it up to 4. Oh, okay, so this is still pretty decent, we got some memory. If you have a card in memory, this gains buff. So we're probably gonna have some memory shenanigans. If the level of the character, oh, and it becomes a level 2 Slayer. Interesting. So it becomes a 65 and a level 2 Slayer if you just have a card in memory. Doesn't matter what. Oh, this is nice. This is. I always like seeing effects like this. This can send this standing character to memory to grab back particular cards, and you can get a particular climax from the trial deck back to hand. That's interesting. But it says while this is in your memory, if you have not played the 3/2 Himmel, you can basically one time during your turn, it gets -1 cost. Interesting. Okay, I like that. I don't often see this type of thing of, oh, you get reduced cost for the effect. A lot of times effects won't so much have like a cost reduction. They'll have a like, oh, but then you blind stock, or you take a trait character from waiting room and put it to your stock. Usually the effects are replacing instead of outright saying you just pay 1 less. Like, so that's interesting. But it has a way of sending itself to memory. It just straight up has, this cannot attack. The sole reason for this is to put it into memory. So very, very funny there. But it's, you know, statues. They're not meant to attack. They're just standing there. So, and it's interesting to put a memory effect on like a memorial statue card like that. That's interesting. Okay, you know, a flavor. Go to the climax combo. When you play an event, this gets buffed, but when this attacks, if you have the choice, choose up to 2 cards in your opponent's waiting room. Your opponent shuffles them into their deck. Decompress them a little bit for free. Just a smidgen, but I like the alternate artwork there. That's very nice. And this is like night and day for the alternate artworks for that. So the alternate artworks, for the most part, minus like, say, this one where it's like a difference of mouth open versus mouth closed. But this one, you know, a lot of them are different artworks. Oh, let's see. On play, you can mill. On play, you can pitch an event to salvage. Okay. And this has a act to be able to pay 2, rest him to heal 1. Magic to remove rust from bronze statues. Yeah, the SRs for this is the same. The overframe rare for that is very nice. Anyway, sorry. Oh, it's like the one event. It's like the Holix event from Hololive. Search your deck for a yellow climax, which I think the Holix one could search any climax. Show it to your opponent, add it to your hand. Then choose up to 1 hero party statues in your waiting room, send it to memory. Oh, wait. Oh, I just thought about that. If you have 2 of these in your memory, once again, the whole thing about stuff stacking, I'm assuming this does work this way. As long as you haven't played another one, could you play one of these for free? Like, because it's a 2 cost, if you have 2 of these in memory, does it reduce it to 0? And just you just get a free level 3. Interesting. I'm assuming that probably does work that way. If the choice stacks, I would assume this does. But once again, if somebody wants to comment on that, feel free to do so. I appreciate. I'm assuming it does stack. But anyway. Let's say the overframe rare for that looks really cool. Frieren crying, no. So we just have only choice triggers in this. Let's see. I do want to go back up. And we are going to, we're going to take a look at each of the SPs. This is something I've just started doing recently, trying to like showcase the SPs and show how neat they look. And we can go through all of them really quickly. Secret rare. And we're just going to go through all of them because some of them do have like alternate artwork and whatnot. And it does look really cool. The anime obviously looks beautiful in general. But even all the SPs look nice. This is an SR. But no, the anime, they hit it out the park with how beautiful the anime looks. So, I mean, it comes as no surprise to me. Look at the landscape for that. It looks really fucking cool. It comes as no surprise that, like, even the SPs, even if it's not, like, artwork from the show, it looks good. So, alright, we are going to be at the greens. Let me zoom back out. Alright. Try to maintain some kind of consistency here with the numbers and all. So, like I said, I realize because my head kind of covers up the second one and everything that shows up, I'll try to at least like show it up here. And then, like I said, we're going to go back and showcase the SPs and stuff. Alright, so this is a character I definitely don't remember. Is Seri. So we're getting to the greens. So the double rares is going to be starting off is a 0015 Seri. It has, when this is placed on stage from hand, you can pay 1, put the top card of your deck into your clock. I know where this is going. Search your deck for up to 1 level 1 or lower character. Show it to your opponent, add it to hand, shuffle your deck afterwards. Good luck for people picking up this card. When this is placed on stage from hand, you can pay 1 and discard an event to choose an event from waiting room to add it to hand. So yeah, an event swapper. Interesting. Once again, I'm guessing there's just certain events because we didn't really see any in yellow. I'm very curious as to what the events are that are going to matter. So, do we have like a darkness plan from TLR type thing? I don't know. Really cool. We have a 3/2 10k aura. On play, draw up to 2, then discard a card. Really don't see that much often anymore. When the bar climax is placed in your climax area, if this is in your front row and you have 4 or more other adventure magic characters, so you have to have a full field. Choose the character across from this. If the power of the chosen character... Okay. If the power of the chosen character is lower than this card's power, send it to clock. If it is higher, send this to clock. That's interesting. Because it's not optional. Like, if there was some effect that you get to do on your opponent... I mean, if you see, oh, you have stuff I'm going to just be over, I get to clock shoot them first, and then I get to attack. But then it's also direct, so you're going to be you're going to be pushing for a lot of damage. So there may be an event in here that, like, super pumps. Like, are we seeing, like, a lurk skill type thing here? Might be interesting. Alright, so that's it. So just 2 double rares in green. But we're going to go ahead on. We have, I don't know how to pronounce this. I'm just going to say Flamme. Got another bar climax. This could be early played. gets a buff times the number of your opponent's characters. The battle opponent becomes reversed. You can sack the bar. Look up to 2, choose up to 2, add to hand, and choose one of your opponent's level 0 or lower characters in the winner. Oh, okay, so you could hit like a brainstorm or something back row. You got U-Bell. Not the Yu-Gi-Oh one. Once again, so even the effect is like, okay, top check if it's a character or an event. Huh. You get to send it to waiting room. Interesting. I also haven't seen this in a hot minute. If your opponent has a level 3 or higher character, this gets minus a level in hand. So once again, more callbacks because there was a darkness that had this. More callbacks to like Konosuba for like traits, some effects and whatnot as well. Oh, this is a good one. Where it makes it so you can choose one of your opponent's characters they can't move. A drop salvager. You pitch a climax to summon, or to not summon, to add back. Method. Brainstorm. Mill 5. Oh, interesting. It's a pay 1, rest 2. Mill 5. There's no conditional unless there's like an error. I don't see any like icons. Typically with the Mill 5 for the Brainstormers, it's like, oh, it has to be a choice or it has to be something. And then you're like locked into a particular thing. You can only grab a particular trait, a particular name character or something, you know. So this is just generic Brainstorm. It's because you have to tap 2, most definitely. But you get to Mill 5. And then for every climax, you get to search. Very nice. Land. So let's see. It gets copies of itself as markers. There's no effects about resting him. Otherwise, you could say, I tapped this land. Anyway, bad jokes. Oh, and then you can like summon stuff under, and then you can like summon more copies of him or some shit. Okay. Qual. At the end of this card's attack, you can pay 3, pitch 2, burn 3, and he's also heal 1 on play. Interesting. I wonder if there's enough cards for like demons or something. Interesting. Oh, I see the 1 demon so far. Be interesting. Kane. Get some swappage. Some top checking. Laween. It can bounce back to hand. Okay. I like how they had to pick the artwork from like one of the advertisement things. That's cool. But yeah, her getting stuck in the mimic. We do have a monster. Choose an event. This specifically makes you grab events, and I haven't seen like any events. Please like show me something that's worth it. We've gone through like 5 or 6 effects that involve events. So show me something good. Place on stage, mill 2. If there's climaxes amongst them, rest this. Interesting. Oh, it's because he's oversized. Got you. Alarm. Weird. Okay. It does some swapping shenanigans. Linne. If you have a full field, this level 1 becomes a 10k? That's interesting. If we have standby in here, I know I'm immediately going to the bullshit. If we have standby in here, this is insane. You have to have a full field with this, to be fair. But you don't care if it's a 10k level 1. Holy balls. There's no other drawbacks on this. It's because it's like vanilla stats otherwise. True, because you wouldn't hit like the 75 that a standby typically does. But then if your opponent is able to remove 1 character off of your field, she goes back down to a 55. So that is the drawback. So, and there are plenty of decks running removal now. Magic of Obedience. So that's probably the name of an event. So let's... you get to see... Well, I mean, there's some removal right there. Here's some more Magic of Obedience text. Assist to 3 or higher. Choosing the... Oh, on play, you can discard a card to add back the event to the hand. But see, that's like adding the event just straight out. Like, but that's, once again, more... There's so many event cards. Or cards that work with events. There better be... Okay, here we go. Magic of Obedience. And we have Illusion Magic. So we have two. We have finally some events in here. 2-0 counter backup event. If you have one or less adventure or magic characters, this can't be played from hand. Choose up to one of the 3-2 aura that we saw earlier in your waiting room, add it to hand, or send it to stock. Then choose up to 3 of your opponent's characters. This turn they gain the ability, this cannot be reversed. Okay, somebody would look at this card and go, damn, that sucks. My opponent's characters can't become reversed. But this is good. This is actually really good. I'm going to come back to this because I want to read the other event, but there's a strat for this. I already see this. Illusion Magic is a 2-1. If you don't have an adventure or magic character, this can't be played from hand. Choose up to 3 of your opponent's front row characters. This turn they get negative 2k power, send this to memory. Okay. We're gonna swoop back up here to the level 3 aura. Okay, this thing right here. So on your opponent's turn, when they attack, a big strat, a strategy that was huge back when like Kantai was around, where people knew, oh, I know that your end game is clock shooting characters. I'm just gonna take a bunch of level 0s or some shit and just ram them into your characters, and if you get pushed to 3, all mine are dead, you can't clock shoot me. Good luck with your Musashi cancel burns. So that's how people would play against Kantai or any deck in which they knew my opponent has clock shoot. I can't like prevent them from getting over my characters and clock shooting me. I'm just gonna ram characters and just kamikaze. That was the strategy. But if your opponent does that, you can play that event. So where this has the effect of being able to send stuff to your opponent's clock, if they do that strategy, you can play this. One, you can add a copy of that aura to hand for no cost. And then because of that, then your opponent's characters, as long as they don't have hexproof, because it does say choose up to 3, those can't become reversed. So their strategy of I'm just going to kamikaze all of a sudden doesn't work anymore. And then you can just go, cool, play like 3 auras, clock shoot all of your characters. GG. And then on top of that, Illusion Magic makes it so you can pick up to 3 of your opponent's characters and give them negative 2k power. And then you send this to memory. Then you have a card in memory and it activates like all the cards that have that. But you make stuff weaker. For her climax combo, you have to be stronger than them. So you can purposely be like, okay, play the Illusion Magic event. I'm now bigger than whatever characters are in front of my 3 auras. Cool. Climax combo, they all get clock shoot. Or they all get sent to the opponent's clock. Guaranteed damage. Can't be, like, stopped. Then she attacks and everything. It's all whatever. So that's kind of crazy that they kind of looked at this and went, oh, but if the opponent is just going to try to ram their characters, there's no point in this having a clock shoot effect. Let's make it so this can actually go off. Anyway, enough ranting on this, but I see the synergy. And I'm certain there's other applications that I'm probably not thinking of, but that's really cool. I like that. So, and then the gold bars, which we are going to be checking out the alternate arts in a second here. Okay, and it just goes straight to red. So, let's go back up to green. And let's take a look-see here at some of these SPs. Wow. That's gorgeous. Was it holding the scales and everything? It's just like, yeah. I love the smug on this as well. Very smug, very nice. So. And we got the SR art as well. So, really cool there. I'm liking the synergies that I'm seeing so far, at least for 2 events. I want to see more. I want to make it worth the effort of having all these effects that are based off of events and stuff. So, who does this dude remind me of? There's another character from a different show that this dude reminds me of. I just can't think of it. I don't know. I'll think of it later. Dargan. And then obviously the overframe rare art for the 2 gold bars, which is just nice. All right. Let's do it. A little bit more. There we go. All right. So next we're getting into the reds. We have Frieren. We have a 00500 double rare Frieren. When this is placed on stage from hand, look at up to 2 cards from the top of your deck. Choose up to 2 cards from among them. Place them on top of your deck in any order. Send the rest to waiting room. Really nice there. So, you see, like, honestly, like that already screams like standby shenanigans to me before I even see this other card. I just looked down and saw the standby thing right there. So I'm like, all right, that's like, oh look, I see 2 standby targets. Send them. When this is reversed, if the battle opponent is level 0 or lower, reverse that character. Okay, so reverse, 0 reverser, but the first effect is a very nice piece of utility. And a very beautiful SP as well. We have Stark. I definitely don't know this dude. It's a 3/2, 10,500. At the start of your attack phase, you may pay the cost, which is discard 1 card and sack the standby to stand this. Then choose up to 1 of a 3/2 Frieren, coming up at number 52, so that's going to matter. In your waiting room, place it on any stage. Then choose one of the following 2 effects and resolve it. Either choose a card in the waiting room, send to stock, or this gets bodyguard till until the end of the opponent's next turn. So I'm getting Avatar vibes, where you had the Aang and the Zuko level 3 that could like summon extra copies of itself. It's kind of similar to that. So you get to summon this off the standby, pay the cost, stand, which you could discard the level 3 Frieren if you need, stand him and then summon the Frieren, like just outright, and then get either extra stock back, which is nice, or get bodyguard if you're able to do this at level 2. The bodyguard's probably really nice. The next is a rare, so we're actually going to go ahead and jump to the number 52 Frieren real quick. All right, I already see interesting stuff. Okay, so this Frieren gets put... okay, so it'll also make Stark bigger, because he's a 2k assist in front. Then you get to... Oh, yeah, okay, it's placed on stage from hand, you get to heal 1. Let me make certain when we go back to Stark that I saw from hand or waiting room, I don't know. And it has an act. Pay 3, put a birthday present from your hand underneath this card, face up as a marker, rest this, burn 2. Interesting. Okay. But it is a 2k assist in front, so we'll go back to the Stark. Okay, so this does summon from waiting room, so you don't get to heal. But you could summon that backstage. And now this is going to be a 12/5, barring any other buffs on field, which standby can very easily do. And then this gets bodyguard, especially at level 2. That's going to be really hard with like one singular backup. Your opponent's not getting over this guy. So really crazy there. And have bodyguard on top of that is really, really interesting. So that's the 2 double rares. We saw the other Frieren, but let's continue on. Okay, so this is the when you play a climax, bounce this back to hand, so you open up a spot for a standby. Give a character until the end of your opponent's next turn, so you could give Stark another 1k. So let's see. On play, reveal the top card of your deck if it's an adventure, if it's a character or an event. Add it to hand and discard a card. So get some nice filtering here, which you do have apparently a birthday present card coming up here. Frieren and Stark. When this is placed on stage. Okay, we got some trigger check. So we get some trigger check twice, some twin drive. Sorry, that's what I meant to say. And an act. Look it up to 4 cards from the top of your deck. Pay 1 or choose it to. Okay. So you get to do the typical act. Pay 1, sack itself to look it up to 4 and top check and add a character. Sign. It's a 1/04k. This is a door climax combo. On play, choose one of your adventure magic characters. It gets power times the number of your other characters. Or just number of your, not other. So, full field, you could become extra. You could get extra 25 if he's the last one you play. Interesting. At the start of your encore step, if you have the door climax and you have 2 or more other characters, the character across from this is reversed. Put up to 1 card from the top of your deck into stock, and then search your stock for 1 card. Add it to hand, shuffle your stock afterwards? This is unique. I like this. I don't like typically, obviously, blind stocking is bad. Let's be real. Blind stocking is bad. But this lets you immediately search your stock. And you get to add any one card. So if it is a climax, you could get it out. Or, you know, if you see, oh, we know that it wasn't... we know that it wasn't like a climax or anything. I could grab a separate character. Interesting. So it's you end up having the same amount of stock afterwards because you search for a card and add it to hand. But then you also get to like shuffle your stock. So be careful if you do have like, I mean, I guess if you have like a climax stuck at like the bottom of your stock, there's a good chance that'll move it up to the top or something. So it'll still be pretty cool. Let's see. We have another climax combo for the level 2 Stark, which is the other standby. So you get to stand himself if he's summoned off of this. Very nice. Oh, okay. If all of your characters, this gets 500 power. You can sack this when another character gets frontaled and make it so that they cannot become reversed. Interesting. Okay, so you could still use this on the level 3 when it has bodyguard. So then it can't become reversed, even if your opponent does get over it. That's interesting. This is going to be fun. The Frieren set's going to be fun. I'm liking this. Okay. There was the 3-2 Fern from before. Hey, look! The artwork from the box. Frieren, Fern, and Stark. Climax combo. On attack, if you have the door in play, burn 1. Just standard. I had to look at my... Is this just like from the trial deck? It's just very bog standard, but I mean, there you go. I like the standby shenanigans, though. The face... This is definitely alternate artwork. What is going on here? What is going on here? I need to watch this show. That's the takeaway. Go back and finish watching this, Cade. On play, if your opponent has one or less characters in front row... Okay, you get to, like, nuke something. On play, pay 2 salvage. Interesting. He has a... Oh, I didn't even notice that. He has, like, a burn mark. I made the comparison of Zuko and Aang, and I didn't think about that. I didn't... Like, obviously, from here, it just looks like a shadow. You can't tell. But, okay, now that I'm right here... He has a burn mark. And I made the Zuko comparison. Oh, I'm horrible. What the hell, Cade? What the... Okay. Moving on. 104k. Okay, he's like a Taige. He gets 4k. He gets 500 for each other adventure magic. When this is placed on hand from... On stage... Placed from hand to stage. Blech. Discard a card. Choose a level 0 or lower. Oh, and you get to bring back like brainstormers or something. That's cool. We get the 1/1 standby target. Typical 7,500 in character on core. Sign. Level 2 or level 3 or higher characters in front get 2k. Very interesting. When this is placed on stage from hand, you can discard an event to shuffle all cards from your waiting room into your deck. So be able to, you know, refresh without having to worry. So, get an ace in. Oh, interesting. So we do have some cards in here. This says, note, this is not adventure or magic trait. So it's something else. It says a weapon. It says weapon for him. So, which this is interesting too. When this is placed on stage from hand, you can perform the following effect. Search your deck for adventure or magic. Send it to waiting room. Shuffle your deck afterwards. And then it has a bond to get this. Oh, so you could send the start coming up and then get it back. Interesting. Okay. We got Fern. Oh, this is actually very nice. Placed on stage from hand or sent from stage to waiting room. You can pay the cost, which is pay 1, pitch a character, look it up to 3 from the top of your deck, choose up to 1 card amongst them, add it to hand, send the rest to waiting room. This is a combination. This is like the there's a level 0 Bay that I had to replace the Mio from the Hololive standby deck where you couldn't run the Luna and the level 0 Mio together. I replaced that Mio with a Bay. So this is very much like that in that regard. Oh, this is interesting too. Place on stage, choose one of your opponent's slots. Send all markers in that slot to waiting room. That's going to be very like situational, but the second effect is good enough to always run this. It's on a common. This is very nice. So the Stark If this is a marker underneath it, it gets +1 level and 25. And on play, he can get himself a marker if you top check a character or event. Interesting. Sign. Placed on stage from hand mill 2. If there's a climax amongst them, choose one of your opponent's front row characters. This it gets -1k. And your typical like drop salvager and then give a buff. Okay. So we have another card that works with birthday present, quote unquote. It's a 1/1. If you have 3 or more characters when you use the backup, choose one of the following effects to resolve it. It's a 2k backup. But either salvage back a birthday present from waiting room or search your deck for a birthday present and send it to memory. Interesting. So I wonder if the birthday present event does stuff in memory. It's a level 3 Slayer for Stark. So he can get big. Okay. Got Fern. We got 2/2. So this is probably the level 2. This is probably the secondary level 2 target after the other Stark that has the climax combo with standby. All right, so we have birthday presents. We have 1, 2. So we have 2 events in red. So there were no events in yellow. Did I overlook that? I don't know. Also, there's multiple arts. A, B, and SR versions. Oh, okay. So one of these is like A and B, probably. And then the SR version. Very nice. Very cute. So birthday present itself is a 1/1. Mill 2, choose up to 1 level X or lower character in your waiting room, add it to hand equal to the level of the cards milled by this effect. Then this goes to memory. Okay, if this is in your memory, when you level up, you can discard a card to add this to hand. Interesting. Okay. So you can possibly get it back like just over and over and over as the game progresses, instead of worrying about it getting like shuffled back in. But you can also put it into memory with the other like backup and stuff, and then just get it afterwards. Okay. Then we have a 1/1 counter event, magic to find lost accessories. If you don't have a character, this cannot be played from hand. Draw 1, discard 1. Choose an adventure or magic in your waiting room, add it to hand. So you get a little bit of hand filtering there. And then you still get to like salvage back. Okay, interesting. And then obviously these standbys and the doors. So we have 2 standby, 2 door. And then it's going to go to blue. All right, so making pretty decent time, but I did go off on some tangents. So let's swoop back up here. And let's check out the SP artwork and everything, and the SRs and all that jazz. So SP of the Fern, very nice. The Stark, really cool. Dude with the axe just makes me think of like a warrior from Final Fantasy 14. So awesome. Stark, seeming pretty cool so far. I hope you don't do anything weird. We get some SR artwork. Really cute stuff. Sign. Yeah, no, I'm just getting like warrior vibes from 14, and I love that. So, hey, there's the money shot. So, like I said, I don't know what the hell's going on in that artwork. I'm so sorry about the Zuko comparison, dude. I don't even know this character. I feel bad. So, after a long day at regionals, damn, I need a cigarette. One of my opponents actually said that at the Atlanta regionals. We finished up like round 3. He's like, damn, I need a smoke after that one. It was great. So, just pouty face, really cute. I said, there's the SR version of the event. And then I've seen this artwork somewhere else. I mean, obviously I've seen it like other places because of reasons. The overframe rare for the standby looks fantastic. Damn. Does he die? If he doesn't die, he gets fucked up. So, I'm like, I need to ask this question. Asking the real questions here, okay? And I'm like, wait a minute. Silly little mammal. Warriors don't die in 14. You should know better. Anyway, please don't answer that question. I gotta watch the actual anime. Don't answer that question. Anyway, so, excuse me. All right, into the blues. We're looking at the double rares for the blues. We have a Fern is a 001k. Up to 3 times per turn when you play an event. Look at up to 2 cards from the top of your deck. Put them back on top in any order. Interesting. Which I guess that does matter. Like, I was just going to immediately scoot right back up. I guess it does kind of matter if you play multiple birthday present events, because you get to mill 2. So you get to go, like, play a different event or something like maybe this one, and then you can go, okay, cool, top check 2. Huh. Do some math. If I were to play birthday present right now, like maybe it's 2 climaxes or something, or I don't know, whatever. You could be like, okay, cool, let's just go ahead and put those back, brainstorm first, and then afterwards you can play the birthday present event. It helps you kind of figure out when to play certain cards. And it has a brainstorm, pay 1 rest, rest itself, mill 4 for each climax salvage. So, pretty cool. But the top check effect could very well come into play. So, we have a 002K Frieren. Placed on stage from hand, you can discard a card, look up to 4, choose up to 1 level 1 or higher card amongst those. So, once again, does grab events and everything. Show it to your opponent, add it to your hand, send the rest to waiting room. So, it does involve that. We do have more. We got more double rares. We have a 104K Fern. Okay, so the deck that Clock Tower was showing off with Pants is probably involving these two for the Climax combo. Just saying. It's a 104K. If you have 2 or more other Adventure Magic characters, this gains 2K, so she's a constant 6, which is very nice. When the Pants gets played in your Climax area, if this is in your front row, and you have 2 or more other characters, choose up to 1 Magic to find Lost Accessories, which was the red one, or Flight Magic in your waiting room and add it to hand, and this gets an extra 1,000 power. So this is specifically trying to get certain events in your waiting room add back to hand. And it does work off of red, so obviously they're going to probably try to encourage some kind of synergy between the two, which is really nice. I mean, you could run something like this and maybe like the level 3 Stark standby combo. Instead of like 8 standby, you could do a Pants standby. I don't know. But pretty cool. So we got to see what Flight Magic does as well to see if this is worth it. Then we have a 3/2 10K Frieren. On play, heal 1. When this attacks, missing a C there. If you have the Pants trigger in play, and you have 3 or more events with magic in its name in your waiting room. So we have Magic to find Lost Accessories, Flight Magic, Illusion Magic was in green, and maybe there's like another one in blue. We'll find out. There's been at least 2 in 2 in green, 2 in red. So we're probably going to have 2 in blue, because like I said, I don't remember seeing 1 in yellow. I'll check afterwards. Choose one of the following 3 effects and resolve it. Your opponent mills 12, and this gets 1,500 power. So here, we're going to make you refresh with this. Having the different options up here is very, very nice. I want it to be worth it in the end. Look at up to 2 cards from the top of your opponent's deck, choose up to 1 card amongst them, send to waiting room, put the rest on top of your opponent's deck in any order. So, oh, I see there's a Climax, so let's get rid of it. Or discard 2, burn 3. Okay. Oh, okay, yeah, because it's on attack for each of them individually. Got you. Okay, so let's see. So we have exactly 3 events as of right now that have magic in its name. So we'll have to see if there's like a 4th option to work with this. Especially if you do like 8 Pants. There's got to be another one. I don't know. All right, so that's it for the double rares. We had 4 double rares in blue. So let's look through. Oh, we do have another one. Okay, Magic to create a flower garden. It's number 105. Okay, I immediately see something here. Pay 1, rest this, mill 5. For each climax with a book trigger, salvage back a character or grab that event. So we do have a 4th event with magic in its name, but it works specifically for book. And these clearly say Pants. So, 1, the fact we're seeing book triggers again. I haven't really seen that in a hot minute. We got a lot to go through. Let me try to blitz through this really quickly. Okay, so you get salvage. Interesting. So you get to draw if you have more book. If you like, once again, playing like the book climaxes lets you draw extra cards. Part of your deck to stock, draw up to 1 card. Interesting. Oh, okay, so you revealed like a book trigger or a pants trigger. You can pay it out immediately as well. So, interesting. Climax combo with a... So, level 1 with a climax combo with the book with a book trigger so far. We have a... mill 2, salvage back. Okay, your typical like mill and salvage back effect. Very nice. It's not bad. It's just saying like we've seen it before. Okay. Interesting. If you have 6 or more events in your waiting room, this gets minus a level in hand. There's got to be like a deck that focuses on like the events and stuff. But I think I skipped over an effect. Heals to from clock to stock. I definitely skipped over that. Sorry. Also, this can also do so. So healing from clock to stock, always good. Oh, this is big. So Fern. So it heals on play, and then placed in your climax area, it gains the following 2 abilities. During this card's battle, your opponent cannot play events or backups from hand, which is major. And on attack, pay 1, pitch 1, burn 2. That, pretty cool. Pretty cool. That's interesting, too. I just realized something. So, the effects that state this gains the abilities for the turn, even if your opponent tried to play something that got rid of a climax from your climax area, you already have these effects. Interesting. I just thought about that. Like the event from Haruhi that does that. Okay. Get some salvaging and some buffing. Okay, you get to take away traits from characters with this. Another event swapper. Make your opponent mill, and it's also a 2k backup. Memory kick reverser. Or memory kick backup, sorry, it's a 3k backup. We get a bottom deck anti-change. I'm also trying to like look at these arts and whatnot. They look just once again pouty face. This is so cute. Fern is adorable. I'm just kind of skimming through because we're almost done with this, but I still want to look over the trial deck really quickly when we can. Interesting. Oh, okay. On play, mill 2. If you milled an event, you can pay the cost of discard a card to salvage back a character. Very interesting. I said having the events be the magic spells and everything that they use and whatnot, it was actually a really smart idea. Like, that's pretty cool. And then being able to make several mechanics based around them. I'm very impressed in that regard. I like that. It's on point for the series and everything, I'm assuming. Because obviously, you know, she's a whole elf using magic and everything and trying to teach Fern magic. Okay. I don't see anything particularly crazy. We got some very nice, like, removal and stuff like that. All your characters gain the ability. This is funny. If the level across from this character is 3 or higher, this gets 7,500 power. So she becomes a 10-5 at level 0. Like, okay, good luck with that. If you had an effect like the one Darkness from Konosuba, you could tap it to give a character a level. Like, oh, you have a level 2? Cool, this level 0 is going to kill your level 2. No, it's not. Tap. You're a level 3 now. Yes, it will. Pfft, dead. Be hilarious. I really, really like the whole, the standby stuff so far, so that's going to be really interesting. Oh, this Frieren goes to the bottom of your deck for the backup effect. Interesting. It becomes like a 2,500 backup, which is really nice too. This gets really big too. Discard an event on play to summon this Fern. Oh, and then you do like some swapping shenanigans. They play off of each other. Okay. All right, we're at Flight Magic. Let's see. Another level 3 Slayer. She gets huge. She's like 13-5 against level 3s, and all players cannot play backup from hand. Interesting. All right, so Flight Magic. So 1-0 counter event. If you don't have a character, this cannot be played from hand. Look it up to 4. Choose up to 1 character. Add it to hand. Okay, cool. Flight Magic's really good. It's a standard effect, but it's still a very good card. 3/1 blue event. Magic to create a flower garden. Basically, you become Merlin from Grand Order. Choose up to 1 character in your waiting room. Add it to hand. Then you may perform the following effect. Your opponent sends all of their stock to their deck, shuffles their deck, puts an equal number of cards from the top of their deck into stock. Okay, so it's not exactly like Buns for Luck. We have we have more. Sorry, I see more. So it's not exactly Buns for Luck, but like where Buns for Luck would say your opponent sends their stock to waiting room and blinds the same number of cards from the top of their deck into their stock. Overall, that ends up being a bit better, but this does make it so your opponent probably no longer has clean stock. So all of it's an unknown when you do this. But then we have 2 other ones that were not mentioned before. It's a 2/0 magic that turns sweet grapes into sour grapes. If you don't have a character, it can't be played from hand. Choose one of your opponent's level 1 or higher characters. If you do, your opponent chooses 1 level X or lower character from their waiting room, swaps them. X is equal to the level of the character chosen by you -1. And then you send this to stock. Like, okay, cool. I get to level down one of your characters and then just get a stock for free. That's actually cool. And then we have a 2/4. I love this. A 2/4 basic attack magic. Deal 3 damage to your opponent. That's funny. Like, that's actually really funny. See, and you get to see the artwork from that in the pants triggers and everything. So we get some really cool art for that. And we're going to have 2 pants and a book trigger right there. And then another book trigger. And that is going to be it for us here. All right, so then we're going to showcase the blue really quickly. So overall for the set, I like it. I'm actually very impressed for this set in particular. I wasn't certain what I was expecting, but I definitely wasn't expecting the synergies and stuff that they did. I thought that was really cool. All right, so we got the SR of the Frieren. We got SP Frieren. I definitely seen this art before because I know people who've shared it in the Discord. The Frieren SSP, the SSP, that looks sweet right there. And that one, obviously the Frieren, that's the money card right there. That's gonna be so fucking cool. So we do have several events though, so that gives us like I think 6 events, which I'll double check. Yellow in this. We might also have events in the trial deck. I didn't think about that. Okay, so really nice SR artwork. We're just gonna kind of skim through. But overall, I'm definitely... Shadow Clone Jutsu. Anyway. And I'm definitely impressed by the set itself, the synergies, the effects of the cards. They work together very well. You see some very interesting effects as well. Maybe some utilized in ways that you hadn't seen in sets prior. Really cool. So... The level of smug with Frieren is just off the charts, and I love it. I know one of my friends really loves like smug-looking characters like that, and I know she'll eat it up. Just, oh, you're approaching me. So, EP. So, the flight magic. The grape magic one. There we go. And the overframe rares. That looks so pretty. I love that. That looks so beautiful. Alright. Alright, so that's going to be it for this. I'm going to double check one thing. If it will. It won't let me. I can do it anyway, you dingus. Boop. Alright. So let's quickly check yellow again to make certain I didn't miss any events. Yes, there was the one. Magic to remove rust from bronze statues. Okay, so there was just 1 in yellow. So 1 in yellow, 2 in green, 2 in red, and 4 in blue. So that's 9 different event cards in general, and several of them that say magic. I think it was just the first green one that didn't say magic. No, it does say magic of obedience. Everything has... So every event does have magic in the name. So you got some very interesting combos of stuff you could do. Interesting. Okay, cool. So, future me edit this really quickly. We're going to hop over to the trial deck cards and go from there. Alright, so over on the trial decks, we're mainly going to look and see what climax combos are in there, but I'm going to glance through really quickly because there are some cards. I knew there was some cards that there was like a climax you could grab from this for one of the other effects in the booster set. I like when there's synergy like that. But you do get like a memory effect here that lets you summon like a particular Frieren that gives hexproof. I thought that was really cool. Because it's more than just the typical, like, mill 5, draw 1 for each Climax Brainstormer. It does have some other stuff that gives it, like, hexproof and stuff, which is really nice. So, interesting. A hater that says, discard a card, send this to the bottom of your deck to search your deck for a character added to hand. Very nice. But we're going to look through. Alright, so the first Climax combo is this 1/0 3K Himmel. When this is placed on stage from hand, this gets 3k power until end of turn. On attack, if you have the choice trigger in your climax area and you have another adventure or magic character, look at up to 4 cards from the top of your deck, choose up to 1 character amongst them, add it to your hand, send the rest to waiting room. And this does have a soul trigger. That does matter for your choice shenanigans. Next. Okay, so it gets Twin Drive. Typical assist to let you draw 2 and pitch 2. Interesting. Gets really big. If you have a full field, he's what was that, 11-5? Okay. I think that's right. And no yellow events, but we'll see. Very nice art. You know, having a good time there. Having a good time. Anyway. So we do have blue for the other color. And we do have SPs and obviously everything. The SP Frieren is probably going to be very nice. Oh, especially because it's a climax swapper. Oh, no. Yeah, good luck for whoever's trying to get SPs of that. Have fun. Okay. You can search your deck. 2 or less in memory. You can choose a copy of this in waiting room and send it to memory. Interesting. Vanilla Fern, but she's cute and adorable. Saw this art before? Maybe? I might be confusing it with a different art. Versus just worms. Oh, that looks sick. The art for that looks sick. We're gonna zoom in on that at the end of it in here. But it's the other climax combo. It's a 3/2 on attack. First off, you get to look at up to 3 cards on top of deck on play and add a card amongst them to hand. Always good. On attack, if you have the pants trigger, so it's choice pants for the trial deck, which is not bad. 2 or more other characters. You can discard 2, burn 4, then choose one of your adventure or magic characters. It gets 2k until end of turn. It can go to her. So that's actually really cool for being able to do that. And there is an event, but it doesn't state if the word magic is in this. Because this is a darkness plan. I just saw that effect. If you have a full field of characters, choose 1 battling character. It gains the effect of it can't deal damage to players, and choose one of your characters, it gets 1500 power. It's a level 2/3 cost event. This is Darkness Plan. What we need to know, and if someone wants to state it in here, if not, otherwise, I'll try to come back after the set actually drops in English, and I'll try to find out if this also has the term magic in the name. They just didn't put it up here. It mattered for the other cards in the booster set, but if I remember in JP, the trial deck came out way before the booster set did. So there wasn't the synergy for it in anything until that came out. But if this does have the term magic in it, it applies to the other cards in the set that also work with that. So, but it's a darkness plan. Holy shit. That's in the trial deck of all things. That's going to be funky. And that is going to be it. We're going to end. We are going to showcase the SPs and whatnot really quickly. In yellow, we got Himmel, if I can hit the correct button. Really cool. And the Frieren Climax Swapper. Holy balls, Batman. There we go. Let's get that there. The Frieren Climax Swapper. And then we have the level 3, which is what we're going to end on here. Because that looks sick. We have an overframe rare version of this and the SR version of this. That's going to look sick if you can get that. So, overall thoughts of the entire set. I like it. I very much like it. I want to pick up the trial decks. I'm going to see if I can. But I don't expect to pull anything from it, obviously. We're just going to have to wait and see when that happens. But the rest of the booster set, I do very much like it. I kind of want to mess with the standby if I possibly can, but that's just because I'm like a standby fanatic, it feels like some days. But no, I like it. It doesn't feel bland. I've checked out certain other sets in the past, and they'll feel bland, or they'll feel like they're lacking something. This feels like it knows what it wants to do, and if we get a Volume 2, which I don't remember Volume 2... I don't know if we're getting another set yet in JP. I can't remember if that got, like, confirmed for JP or not. Forgive me for not remembering there. I have a lot to keep track of. But even just as this singular set, it feels like it knows what it wants to do, and it has the cards and synergies to work with each other and pull off what you want it to pull off. I like it. Definitely something I'm going to be checking out. And it looks like, obviously, like I said, Clock Tower has posted some decks. I'm certain there are plenty of people cooking with this, and I'm certain if you want to also have discussions on the people who will be cooking with this particular set when it drops, feel free to check the description. We have a link to the Discord in there if you want to join that. I've seen several people in our Discord talking about this, so definitely going to be on the lookout for this and trying to see if this set makes waves in the English meta. I kind of hope it does. I kind of hope it does, like, make some waves and does some shit. So that's just me. But with that, thank you all very much for watching. It is greatly appreciated, especially if you stuck around to this long. Like, you're a trooper. Thank you very much. Feel free to like and subscribe if you want. If not, hey, thanks for stopping by to check out the first impressions of Frieren. Is going to be dropping this Friday, November 22nd, I think. Both the set and the trial deck. Hashtag not sponsored. But with that, we will see y'all on the flip side. Peace out for now.